Hi guys, this is Ma'am Yan. So for today, we're going to make a ratio for your sexually transmitted infections or sexually transmitted diseases. So guys, let's start. Number one, while assisting Jean in a community clinic, the nurse explains that untreated genital infection in women can progress to cervicitis, pelvic inflammatory disease, tubal infertility, and even the risk of ectopic pregnancy. Which infection is responsible for this? Letter A, chlamydia. Letter B, syphilis. Letter C, trichomoniasis. Or letter D, bacterial vaginosis. And the only correct answer, guys, is no other than pag ito ang tanong, ang walang ibang sagot ay chlamydia. Okay? Chlamydia lang ang only best answer for this one. Guys, ha, remember this in your STIs or STDs. Chlamydia is the number one most common infection out there, mga sexually transmitted infection natin, chlamydia number one, nangunguna yan. Tapos pangalawa, si gonorrhea or your gono, klaro? Both of these are bacterial infection. And pag sinabi may risk ng PID, may risk ng tubal infertility, ibig sabihin yung fallopian tubes ng babae nasisira, kaya nagkakaroon ng risk of ectopic pregnancy, yan, characteristic yan ni chlamydial infection. Okay? Because the chlamydia bacteria, guys, o bacteria yan ha, it's a bacterial infection. Chlamydia can go up, no, to the uterus, to the fallopian tube and infect the fallopian tube. It can even go to the pelvic organs that you have and cause infection there. Kaya nakakakos siya ng pelvic inflammatory disease. Klaro? Yes. So, si chlamydia, siya talaga ang nakakos niyan. Kapag wala si chlamydia sa choices, guys, you can answer also gonorrhea. Okay? Gonorrhea is also a bacterial infection, is also a sexually transmitted disease. Second yan siya to chlamydia na most common. That one can also cause ascending infection and can infect the fallopian tube, causing tubal infertility, can cause pelvic inflammatory disease, can cause the risk of your ectopic pregnancy. So, partners yan sila madalas, no? In STD or STI studies for nursing, most of the time, guys, if the patient is positive for chlamydia, we also screen them for gonorrhea. Because since ito ang pinaka-common na STD, they can happen together. Klaro? Yes. So, ibig mong sabihin, ma'am, for example, pag nag-acquire ako ng chlamydia, may risk din na may gonorrhea ako. Oo, my dear, pwedeng mangyari yon. No, you can have two infections at the same time. Kasi nga, sabi natin, the most commonly spread STD out there is number 1, chlamydia. And number 2, gonorrhea. Klaro? Yes, sila talaga dalawa. So, if the patient is positive for chlamydia, may risk for PID or tubal pregnancy and even ectopic pregnancy. The same thing with gonorrhea. Now, the next questions of the student is, paano ma'am kapag sa choices may chlamydia letter A, tapos may B for gonorrhea, 'di ba? Sabi mo both of them they can cause tubal pregnancy or ectopic pregnancy. So guys, what's the best answer if that's the case? Wala kang ibang tamang sagot kundi ano, the number 1 STD out there. Chlamydia, the most common one. Klaro? Yes, so siya ang sasagot mo. Syphilis cannot cause tubal infertility or ectopic pregnancy, but that one can harm the baby. Klaro? Yes. Okay, the next one, trichomoniasis. This one cannot really cause PID. Okay? Oh, and bacterial vaginosis, guys, just remember, bacterial vaginosis, in your STD studies, hindi talaga siya sexually transmitted disease per se. But rather, it's the alteration of the normal flora of the vagina. Kapag nawawala yung mga healthy bacteria, napapalitan ng mga bad bacteria, nagkakaroon ka ng bacterial vaginosis. The reason why we kind of look at it as an STD is because during sexual intercourse, you can alter the microbiota of the vagina. Kaya pwede siyang mag-cause ng risk or mag-risk ng development of bacterial vaginosis. Klaro? Yes. Okay, so that's for number 1. Next, guys, number 2. Lisa presents with a fishy smelling white vaginal discharge. On microscopic exam, clue cells are noted. Which gynecologic condition does this finding suggest? Okay, so we have 2 clues here. Fishy smelling white vaginal discharge, tsaka clue cells. So guys, what kind of disease is this? Is this chlamydia letter A, or B, gonorrhea, or C, trichomoniasis, or letter D, bacterial vaginosis? And the only correct answer is it's letter D ha, bacterial vaginosis. So may dalawang clue tayo dyan. The first one is the fish smell discharge. Fish smelling discharge. Fish smell white discharge. Ayan. So pag nakita mo yan, fish smell whitish discharge, okay, that's your bacterial vaginosis. Clue cells are also present. So makinig ka guys, no? listen to this. Bacterial vaginosis is not an STD per se. Ibig sabihin, hindi talaga siya sexually transmitted disease, but sexual activity, sex, your coitus, increases the risk of developing bacterial vaginosis. Bacterial vaginosis is when your vagina's bacteria is thrown off, no, the balance. Kasi alam natin, in the bacteria, you have a lot of bacteria inside the vagina. Diba? So, itong mga bacteria na to, may good bacteria, may bad bacteria. So, yung good bacteria in the vagina, dapat nandyan siya. Okay? And dapat yung amount niya hindi nawawala sa level na gusto natin. Because that will keep the vagina safe from other infection. It makes the vagina acidic. Okay? Ayun. So, ayun. Kapag sa babae, guys, yung vagina natin ay wawalan ng good bacteria at napapalitan ng bad bacteria, nagkakaroon tayo ng bacterial vaginosis. Klaro? Yes. So, yun, nawawala yung good bacteria, pinapalitan ng bad bacteria. Yung clue cells, ito yung mga cells ng loob ng vagina natin or vaginal mucosa natin na naa-attach ang mga bad bacteria. Klaro? Yes, kapag tinignan mo sa ilalim ng microscope, yung epithelium or yung mucosa ng vagina natin, pag tingin mo sa ilalim ng microscope, may naka-attach na bad bacteria sa kanya. Ang itsura ng cell na yon, tawag natin clue cells. Klaro? Yes, that's why we call that your bacterial vaginosis. Alright? Yes, so yan lang. Chlamydia, gonorrhea, and trichomoniasis will not present with clue cells. That's only specific to bacterial vaginosis, no? In fact, we can conclude na this is bacterial vaginosis just by saying the presence of clue cells. Because clue cells, guys, number 2, the presence of clue cells is because of a bad bacteria. Okay, there's a lot of them. Bad bacteria that is attached to the cells of the vaginal wall. Okay, so pag sinama mo na yun sila, you call that your clue cells. Next, number 3. A male client from Mondstadt reports yellowish penile discharge with itching and burning. Which sexually transmitted infection is most consistent with these findings? Letter A is that chlamydia, letter B is that gonorrhea, letter C is that trichomoniasis, or letter D is that syphilis. So guys, sa lalaki ha, a male client in Mondstadt, may yellowish penile discharge. This one, the only correct answer is no other than gonorrhea. Okay? Gonorrhea, also known as your tulo. Okay? Gonorrhea tulo, the drip, the clap. Ayan. So, si gonorrhea yan. Basta sinabi natin yellowish discharge, yellow discharge, gonorrhea. Chlamydia, guys, ang discharge ng mga lalaki dyan tends to be clear. Kung hindi clear, pwedeng maging whitish, okay? Clear or whitish or cloudy. Tapos, what's very common with both of that is that they are foul smelling. Foul smelling. Tapos, sinasabayan ng signs and symptoms of UTI. Foul smelling plus UTI, signs and symptoms. Okay? So, listen carefully to this, guys. STDs in males, no? STDs, STIs in males, they tend to present with signs and symptoms of UTI, urinary tract infection, di ba? So listen to this. Kapag ang male na sexually active, no, pinartneran mo ng history na sexually active with multiple sex partner, hindi gumagamit ng contraception barrier, they are more at risk of STDs, no, as consideration kapag nagpe-present sila ng UTI signs and symptoms. Klaro ba yon? Yes, because chlamydia, gonorrhea, ayan, dalawang yan, they can cause your UTI signs and symptoms sa lalaki kapag infected sila. Most of the time, they can be asymptomatic, but if they do present with symptoms, hindi mawawala ang UTI signs and symptoms. Like yan, itching and burning when urinating, no? Ayan. So, trichomoniasis, guys, that one is a greenish discharge na frothy. Frothy. Pag sinabi mong frothy, mabula. Greenish frothy discharge. Okay? And syphilis, guys, hindi naman talaga discharge ang tinitingnan natin dito, but the presence of your painless chancre sore. Painless chancre sore. Saan mo mahahanap yan? Syempre sa genitalia. Present in your genitalia. Ayan. Okay? Kasi most of the time, the genitalia naman talaga, no? Or sex naman talaga ang way of acquiring syphilis. Alright? Yes. So, that's number 3. Number 4. Zhongli reviews laboratory results showing serologic evidence of syphilis infection, but the client has no symptom. Which stage of syphilis is this? Letter A, primary. Letter B, secondary. Letter C, latent. Letter D, tertiary. And the only correct answer is this one, guys. It's latent syphilis. Latent phase yan. Ang clue natin yan because there's no symptom. So, latent, no? Walang simptomas, latent ang syphilis infection niya. Pero may serological evidence. Pag sinabi mong serological evidence, ibig sabihin, pag chinek mo yung dugo niya, okay, the serum component of the blood, merong signs of syphilis. Nandoon si Treponema pallidum. Klaro? Yes, the one that causes the syphilis infection. So, ma'am, ano yon? Pag latent infection, absent signs and symptoms, pero, absent signs and symptoms, pero positive ka of serological syphilis presence, okay? Syphilis infection. And guys, ang tanong dyan, during latent stage of syphilis, is the patient able to transmit the infection? Kaya niya bang makahawa ng syphilis sa ibang tao during latent stage? The answer is yes. The patient is infectious, okay? They can infect other people even during the latent phase. Guys, primary phase of syphilis, since yan naman talagang apat ang present, no? Primary phase of syphilis is the presence of your painless chancre sore. Ayan. So, pag may chancre sore ka, the one that's painless, chancre sore. Ayan. Okay? The presence of painless chancre sore is primary syphilis. So, isang sugat na makikita mo dyan sa genitalia mo, no? Ganito yung tsura niya, guys. Indurated. Ibig sabihin ng indurated, yung borders ng sugat nito or yung sore na to is elevated, no? Para siyang bundok. So, kung isa-side view natin yan, parang ganito siya, guys. Okay? And then, yung gitna niya, ganyan. Klaro? So, yung sides niya, ganito. Elevated. Okay? Indurated, elevated. Ganyan. Pero painless siya. Hindi siya masakit. Guys, during this one, kapag may painless chancre sore ka, you are still infectious. Okay? In the early or primary stage of syphilis. Most of the time, this happens within the first 2 weeks of the infection, no? 2 to 3 weeks. Guys, the next one, guys, is secondary syphilis. Dito naman, you have your body rashes. May mga rashes ka sa katawan. Klaro? It can spread from your trunk. Pag sinabing trunk, pwedeng nasa chest, nasa back, pwedeng arms and legs, at syempre, pwede din nasa palms and soles mo. Okay, your syphilitic rash. And during this time, guys, still you are infectious. Okay? Infectious ka dyan. You can transmit it to other people if you continue to have unprotected sex. Klaro? Yes. And then the next one is tertiary syphilis. This is the worst. But this one happens matagal pa talaga. Klaro? Pag hindi mo ginamot ang syphilis mo, guys, it can transition from primary syphilis to secondary syphilis to latent syphilis hanggang sa umabot ka sa terminal part, which is your tertiary syphilis. No? This one, tertiary syphilis, it will happen for 20 to 30 years of having syphilis on your body na hindi mo pa na-cure. Okay? So, tertiary syphilis, guys, this one, okay, it tends to infect your heart. It will infect your brain, no? It will also infect your liver, cause abnormalities in your liver, cause abnormalities in your bones, all right? And even in your joints. 'Di ba? Ang dami niyang affected na area. Most of the time, it's gonna be your major organs, all right? But remember this, when you reach tertiary syphilis, you are not infectious. Hindi mo na matatransfer ang infection to other people. Pero at what cost? Nasa tertiary syphilis ka na. Affected na ang brain, ang heart, ang liver, ang bones, ang joints mo. Tama? Yes, 'di ba? So, 'yon. All right? So that's number 4. Number 5, during tertiary syphilis, o na pinag-usapan na natin, teaching with Ningguang, which manifestation should the nurse highlight? Letter A, a single painless lesion or chancre on the genital area. Or letter B, absence of symptoms. Or letter C, rash by red or reddish-brown penny-sized lesions over the palms and soles. Or letter C, poor muscle coordination. Eh di alam mo na yan, kapag tertiary syphilis, affected na ang heart, ang brain, ang liver, ang joints, ang bones. Eh di ang answer, poor muscle coordination. Klaro? Yes, that looks like an effect on the brain, di ba? Your neurosyphilis, affected na ang brain and ang nerves mo. Poor muscle coordination. And also your bones, tama? Yes. So guys, sabihin mo sa akin, a painless lesion or chancre in the genital area, syempre, primary. Tulad nung sinabi natin, that's the early sign you see on syphilis, no? The palest chancre sore. Absence of symptoms, simple lang, that's your latent. Wala kang symptoms, pero pag chinek natin ang dugo mo, nandiyan pa rin ang syphilitic infection. Tama? Yes. Rash na may reddish-brown, penny-sized lesion nasa palms and soles, syempre, that's your secondary syphilis. Tama? Yes. Okay, so that's it for number 5. Number 6. While examining client in Liwe, which assessment finding most consistent with genital warts? So, genital warts naman ang usapan. Letter A, pain or itching in the genital area and the presence of small papules or vesicles. Or letter B, small flesh-colored or gray lesions and itching in the genital area. Or letter C, presence of vaginal or penile discharge. Or letter D, painful bowel movements, anal itching, painful or swollen testicles, or abnormal menstrual bleeding. Okay? So the only correct answer is, if you're asked if this is genital warts, ang symptoms, guys, is letter B. Bravo. No? Small, flesh-colored, parang balat. No? Parang laman. Flesh-colored or gray-colored lesion. So yan yung characteristic niya. Sabi ng book, it can be gray, it can be flesh-colored. So, merong iba nagre-report, it tends to be brown, dark brown, o it tends to be red. Ayan, di ba? Red, pink, ayan. Depende siguro sa skin color ng taong nagkaroon ng warts. Tama? Yes. And itching, makati, no? It tends to be makati. Sometimes, kapag na-pick mo ang wart na yan, it can also bleed. Tama? Yes, but not all warts will bleed. Correct? Pag malaki tapos nakamot mo, it can bleed. Klaro? Yes, in the genital area. So guys, genital warts, pag hindi mo makita ang flesh-colored or gray lesions, hanapin mo cauliflower-like. Hanapin mo cauliflower-like lesion. Parang cauliflower. Alam mo yung head ng cauliflower, di ba? Parang rough surface siya. Ayan, that's characteristic of your genital warts. Tama? Yes, yung mga kulugo. Okay? Kulugo natin. So, that's genital warts. So, don't forget this, guys, no? Just as supplemental information, genital warts, they are caused by your HPV, no? Human papilloma virus. Human papilloma virus. So, ngayon, alam mo na yan, sa PNLE, mahilig silang magtanong, what is the causative agent of genital warts? It's a virus. Okay? It's a virus. Human papilloma virus for your genital warts. Klaro? Yes. So, guys, tignan natin lang ibang options. Letter A, pain or itching in the genital area, the presence of small red papules or vesicles. So, may mga bulutong na mga filled with water, okay? Filled with water or filled with pus, tapos makati at masakit. That one, characteristic yan ng ng iyong herpes. Herpes simplex virus. Okay? Herpes simplex virus 1 and 2. Klaro? O bakit kung ginawang dash? Herpes simplex virus 1 tsaka 2. Klaro? So, you have your oral herpes, no? Oral herpes or herpes simplex virus 1 sa bunganga. Okay? Kapag sinabi na meron siyang vesicles around the borders of the mouth or the vermilion borders. Okay? Vermilion borders naman tawag kasi sa borders ng mouth natin, guys. Yung nilalagay natin ng lip liner. Okay? Sa mga babae. That's your vermilion border. So, yan. Pag nagkaroon ka ng lesion dyan ng mga vesicles or papules, okay? That's gonna be your herpes simplex virus. And yung lesion na yan, guys, they tend to be clusters or groups. So, ayan. Grupo-grupo yan sila. Tapos, mga maliliit na fluid-filled vesicles. Ang laman yan sa loob parang watery. Okay? Tama? Yes. Okay? That's your herpetic virus, herpetic lesion. So, pag 1, sa oral, mucosa, sa bunganga. Kapag 2, genital, no? Herpes simplex virus 2 tends to infect the genital area. Alright? So, again, it looks like that, no? Sila, kumpol yan sila ng mga vesicular lesions. Presence of vaginal or penile discharge, so that can be chlamydia, that can be gonorrhea, tama? Yes, no? Ayun. And that can also be trichomoniasis, okay? Can even be candidiasis, tama? Or candidiasis, o potato, parehas lang yun. Painful bowel movements, anal itching, painful or swollen testicles, abnormal menstrual bleeding. Guys, ayan, very general, no? Can also indicate other kinds of STD. But for genital warts, bravo lang ang tamang sagot. Sige, number 7. Kaya asks, which virus causes both oral and genital lesions and is transmitted through sexual contact? Which is correct. Alright? The only correct answer is, this is, tulad nung pinag-usapan natin kanina, herpes simplex virus. So, can be your HV1. Correct? That's the one that can most likely cause the oral genital lesions or oral lesions, no? Na virus natin. Okay? Pag sinabing herpes simplex virus, guys, are they in clusters? Ibig sabihin, grupo sila, tapos filled with fluid? Yes. Tapos makati? Yes. Tapos masakit? Yes. Okay, tapos pwedeng mag-erupt yung mga lesions na yan, no? Maglabas ng parang magwiwip. Magwiwip. Okay, parang umiiyak ng na tubig. Okay, parang liquidy kind of fluid. Yes, pwedeng mangyari yon. Okay? Guys, syphilis, tulad ng pinag-usapan natin kanina, kapag syphilis ang hinahanap natin, painless chancre. Painless chancre sore. And madalas, isa lang siya. Okay? Indurated borders. It tends to be round. It tends to be round, no? Not perfect circle, pero round ang itsura niya. Tapos, indurated ang border. Pag sinabi mong indurated, elevated. Okay? Inside view, ganito itsura niya. Alright? Guys, pag sinabi mong chancroid, magkaiba yan sa syphilis ha. Chancroid, that one is painful. It's a painful chancroid sore. Siyempre, chancroid siya eh. Chancroid sore. Ayan. Again, the same thing, it's the borders of that sore is indurated, no? Or elevated. Parang ganito pag naka-side view. But ang pinagkaiba is painful yan siya. Okay? So, aside from it being painless and painful as compared to syphilis, no? Chancroid is also caused by a different bacteria. No? Bacterial infection but different causative agent. This one is caused by your Haemophilus. Haemophilus ducreyi. Ducreyi. Ayan, Ducreyi. So, yung medical joke nga dito, since it's painful chancroid sores, you do cry. Okay? Ducreyi or cry. Iiyak ka dyan. Okay? Kasi masakit. Pero syphilis, guys, it's painless. And this one is caused by your Treponema pallidum. Okay? Treponema pallidum. Alright? Still, it's a bacterial infection. A spirochetal infection. Tama? Yes. So, when we say spirochetal, wag kang kabahan. It just means the shape of that virus, no? Spirosheet. Okay? Parang spirosheet. Alright? So, that's it. For herpes zoster. Nakalimutan ko. Herpes zoster, guys, that's the one that causes your shingles. Tama? Shingles. Ayan. So, the reactivation of your varicella infection turns into herpes zoster. That's your shingles. Correct? Yes. Painful blisters. Tama? Yes. Shingles. Number 7 yon. Next, number 8. While conducting an STD prevention seminar with young adults, so yan yung audience mo, mga young adults, in Sumeru, what should the nurse emphasize? Female condoms are not effective in preventing transmission of STD. Spermicidal agents when used with condoms will prevent the transmission of STD. Or, the risk of STDs increases with the number of sexual partners. Ibig sabihin, mas marami kang kinakasex, mas at risk ka to STD. Or letter D, using latex condom always keeps STD from spreading and infecting others. Okay? So, the only correct answer here, no? The only correct statement is letter C, Charlie. The risk of STDs increases with the number of sexual partners. True yan. Sa makatuwid, mas marami kang ka-sexual relations, guys. Mas at risk ka to STDs. And the most common type of STD number 1 is your chlamydia. So, at risk ka niyan. And the most common type of STD number 2 is your gonorrhea. Okay? So, the moment you develop your malodorous vaginal or penile discharge, that can indicate probably an STD developing. Claro? Yes. Okay? So, let's look at other choices. Female condoms daw are not effective in preventing transmission of STD. The answer is, that's wrong. Female condoms are barrier contraception. Basta mga barrier, guys, they are effective. Effective. Ayan. In fact, barrier contraception are the only effective contraception method to prevent pregnancy and also STDs. Klaro? Yes. So, female condoms, pati male condoms, these are both barrier contraception. They are effective and in fact, good for you to avoid STD. Klaro? Yes. Guys, eto, letter B, medyo tricky. Most students would answer this. Spermicidal agents when used with condoms will prevent the transmission of STD. What makes this wrong? Kasi, yung subject ng choice na to, it's under spermicidal agent. Sabi niya, ang spermicidal agent, pag sinamahan mo din ng condom yan, effective yun sa prevent ng transmission ng STD. The answer is, it's only condoms. The barrier contraception, tulad ng pinag-usapan natin kanina, only condoms, male and female, are effective in preventing STD. Spermicidal agents, on the other hand, they are not effective in preventing STD. In fact, no, some literature says that the use of spermicidal agents, no, yung mga spermicides natin, they can increase the risk of an STD kasi they can cause irritation on the mucosa of your genitalia. Kasi irritating yung ano na yan, yung solution na yan. Pag na-irritate yung mucosa mo dyan sa vagina or sa penis ng partner mo, pag nasira, mas madali ma-penetrate yan ng mga STD. Klaro? Yes. Okay, so yan. Spermicidal, they cannot prevent. In fact, they can increase the risk. Guys, using latex condom always keeps STD from spreading infecting others. Not all the time. Proper use of condoms, klaro, can prevent, but not always. Okay? This is what you have to remember in the board exam. One of our test-taking strategy. Kapag merong mga always, never, okay, yan ganyan, mga ang tawag dito, mga close-ended words, alright? Mga absolute terms. Tawag natin dyan, mga absolute terms. Anong close-ended words? Absolute terms ang tawag dito, guys. Sorry. Absolute terms. They are a big no-nos in the board exam kasi wala namang 100% sure. Ang sinabi dito, using latex condoms always keeps STD from spreading is wrong. But the practice of using condom can prevent the spread. That's the proper way of saying it. Not 100%, but eventually effective in preventing. Claro? Yes, so that's number 8. Number 9, the nurse teaches Bennett, who was diagnosed with gonorrhea. Oh, di ba? Lungkot. Which statement is accurate? Kawawa naman si Bennett. Letter A, close follow-up is required because treatment failure is common. Letter B, do not engage in sexual activity until your blood tests are negative. Letter C, you are contagious even if you have no outward symptoms. Or letter D, you are only infectious while the lesions are draining. Okay? Ano sasabihin mo kay Bennett na may gonorrhea? And the only correct answer is letter C. You are contagious even if you do not have outward symptoms. Why? Remember this. What did I say kanina? Chlamydia, gonorrhea, no, trichomoniasis, most of the time, males, they tend to be asymptomatic. And if they do have symptoms, madalas kasama dyan, UTI signs and symptoms, pati malodorous penile discharge. Tama? Yes, malodorous penile discharge, UTI signs and symptoms. Pero pag hindi present ang dalawang yan, can be asymptomatic. Asymptomatic, wala silang nararamdaman. Pero are they able to spread the disease? Yes. That's the reason why sobrang kalat yan, guys, no? Ang mga STDs natin kasi males and females alike, no, they tend to be asymptomatic kahit na infected na sila. So, kahit na nakipaglabing-labing na sila sa ibang tao, hindi nila ramdam yun, okay? Walang malodorous discharge, ayun. Kasi nga, they tend to be asymptomatic. Tama? Yes. So, it's easier to spread the disease in that manner, no? Kaya mas naspread siya. Okay? Guys, tingnan natin ang ibang choices. Close follow-up is required because treatment failure is common. For gonorrhea, the treatment is what? O, sabihin na natin para nadaanan na natin dito at hindi natin makalimutan. Don't forget, the medication, ceftriaxone. Yan talaga ang drug of choice, guys, ha? Ceftriaxone. You can give that in some protocols intramuscular. You can also give that intravenously. So, depende sa order ng doktor. Basta remember, pag narinig mo, ceftriaxone, yan ang para sa gonorrhea. Klaro? Yes. And sometimes, the physician can add your doxycycline medication. Oh, that's a tetracycline antibiotics. Doxycycline, ayan, letter I yan, guys, ha. Doxycycline, pwede din sinasamahan nyo nila ng azithromycin. Pero sino talaga ang drug of choice? Ceftriaxone. Depende na sa doktor kung dadagdagan niya ng doxy at azithro. Klaro? Yes, pero ceftriaxone is the drug of choice. So, yan. Treatment failure is common. Yes, pag hindi nila sinunod, pero close follow-up is not needed. Okay? They can follow up as advised. Hindi yan ang important na statement. Guys, do not engage in sexual activity until your blood tests are negative. Guys, kapag sila may gonorrhea, ang advice natin at least 7 days, no? At least 7 days during the treatment, wag mo na silang makipag-coitus. And if they are going to have coitus, dapat meron silang barrier protection. Barrier protection. Ayan. Pero guys, anong pinaka-mainam dito for letter B? Dapat wag muna magkaroon ng sexual activity. Klaro? Yes. Okay. And then have all their partners checked. Okay? Their partners from the previous 2 months be checked. Excuse me. Next, letter D. You are only infectious while the lesions are draining. The answer is no. Okay? You are infectious even if you are asymptomatic or asymptomatic. Again, the word only is an absolute term. Only. Okay? Ayan. Only, always, never. So, mali. Eliminate mo yan. Okay? Hindi yan pwede sa board exam. The only correct answer is letter C. Charlie. Number 10, while educating young men in Inazuma, the nurse explains that the hallmark of primary syphilis, ulit-ulit tayo dito, is which finding? Letter A, a painless chancre. Or letter B, a rash in the genital area. Or letter C, scrotal swelling. Or letter D, weeping discharge from the urethra. Okay? O guys, alam na alam nyo to. Okay? Pag syphilis primary, that's the first part of syphilis, the early part. That's the painless chancre sore. Diba? Is the sore going to be round with border? Yes. And the borders are indurated. Ibig sabihin, guys, elevated. Yes, okay, that's your syphilis. That's your painless chancre sore. Okay? The rash in the genital area could mean different kinds of STD. May rash ka sa area mo kapag meron kang herpetic lesion or herpes simplex virus infection. Pwede rin syphilis, tama? Pwede rin chancroid. So, hindi siya ganun ka hallmark sign. Ang hallmark sign talaga ni syphilis, painless chancre sore. Painless chancre sore. Klaro? Yes. Scrotal swelling, pati weeping discharge of the urethra, both of these guys, they can mean, no, the presence of either chlamydia or gonorrhea. Klaro? Yes. So, scrotal swelling or epididymitis. Paano bang spelling nun? Epididymitis. Inflammation of the epididymis. Okay? Can cause scrotal swelling or scrotal inflammation. That one, epididymitis or scrotal inflammation or scrotal swelling is still because of an STD. Like your chlamydia, like your gonorrhea. Klaro? Yes. Weeping, parang umiiyak. Okay? Parang luha. The one that marks your underwear, weeping. So, nagkakaroon ng mark sa underwear mo, guys. Weeping ang tawag natin doon. Weeping discharge from the urethra, particularly in males, can also mean chlamydia, can also mean gonorrhea. Okay? So, that's for number 10. Number 11, Toma is diagnosed with chlamydia trachomatis. Which clinical manifestation does the nurse expect? Thoma. So, Thoma is a man, okay? Will it be dysuria? Will it be painless maculopapular rash in the perineal area? Will it be pustules or pustules on the glands of the penis? Or will it be testicular edema? Okay? So, syempre, the only correct answer is no other than dysuria. No, difficulty urinating. Anong sabi natin? Si Thoma na lalaki. Kapag may STD, like the most common types, chlamydia, number 1. Tsaka number 2, gonorrhea. Anong pinaka-symptom nila, guys? Bukod sa maging asymptomatic sila, if they tend to present with symptoms, they tend to present with symptoms of UTI, urinary tract infection. For example, dysuria, difficulty urinating. And if they do urinate, the urination is painful, itching, burning sensation. Tama? Yes, UTI signs and symptoms. So, the only correct answer, letter A. Painless na naman, guys. Maculopapular rash in the perineal area. Ano yan? Pag painless na rash sa maculopapular area, guys, that can also indicate no the secondary phase of syphilis. Kasi basta painless na rash, syphilis yan, okay? Syphilis mo, like your painless chancre sore, tapos pag nagkaroon ka na ng secondary syphilis, yung mga rashes sa trunk mo, sa arms mo, sa palms mo, and the soles, painless yan ha, hindi yan makati, painless yan. So can also indicate letter B, syphilis. Pustules of the glands on the penis, yan siya can indicate your pag pustules, guys, or vesicles, no, parang ganun ang itsura niya, it can indicate the presence of your herpetic lesion. So, pwedeng herpes yan, klaro? Pero hindi tayo sure kasi hindi naman talaga na verbalize kung ano yan. Sabi lang pustules on the glands of penis, okay? Can be herpetic lesions. Guys, testicular edema can be hydrocele, okay? Ayan, so can be a different problem, but definitely not chlamydia trachomatis, okay? So the correct answer is letter A. Next, number 12. While counseling a couple from Fontaine on safe sex practices, which statement indicates the need for further teaching? So, let's put a big X because ibig sabihin we're looking for the wrong answer kasi ang term need for further teaching. Letter A, condoms are for vaginal and anal sexual encounters, not for oral sex. Letter B, if the guy won't wear a condom, the female condom is just as effective. Letter C, we heard that latex condoms were better than natural membrane condoms. Or letter D, we only use condoms once, then throw them away. Okay? So, ano dyan ang mali? Which among the following is the wrong statement? Oh, guys, wrong statement, the only one is letter A. Okay? Letter A dapat ang sinagot mo dito. Condoms are for vaginal and anal sex, not for oral sex. Condoms can also be used for oral sex. In fact, it will prevent no the attachment of the bacteria from the penis to the mouth of the one giving the oral sex. So it can also prevent the spread of STD, tama? Yes, okay. Sabi nga ng iba, guys, no, that's the reason why some condoms they have a flavor. Okay? For oral sex to be pleasurable to some people who do that. Claro? Yes. Okay, so oral sex, condoms are also important for oral sex. It's a barrier method to prevent the attachment of the oral mucosa to the genitalia na may active lesions. Klaro? Yes. Pero again, ano ang sinasabi natin? Kapag may active lesions ka and you suspect it's STD, do not have sex, have yourself checked. Okay? And have your partners checked. Okay? Para hindi nyo ma-spread ang disease. If the guy won't wear a condom, the female condom is just as effective is correct statement. In fact, condoms, no, they have the same naman effectivity rate. Female condoms and male condoms. About 95 to 97% effective yan. Tama? Yes. Next one, guys. Letter C. We heard that latex condoms were better than natural membrane condoms. So, syempre, for others, no, they prefer the latex condoms. For others naman, they prefer natural condoms. So, wala namang wrong statement dyan, no? They are both condoms. If something is better than the other because of the feeling, then that's up to the user. Ang pinakamali, letter A, na hindi mo gagamitin ang condom for oral sex. Mali, yan, wrong statement yan. Sabi ng letter D, we only use condoms once. Tama ba yon? Yes, okay? One use lang yan, hindi yan wash and wear, correct? Yes, and then throw them away. So, correct statement, yes. Kahit meron kang absolute term na only, but that's correct. Condoms are only used once. That's for number 12. Next, number 13. Diluk is diagnosed with genital herpes. Which teaching should the nurse emphasize? Why the disease is transmitted only when visible lesions are present? Letter B, the need for the use of petroleum products. Or letter C, the option of disregarding safer sex practices now that he's already infected. Or letter D, the importance of informing his partners for the disease. Guys, looking for the correct answer tayo dito, no? So, pag sabi dito, anong emphasis mo sa taong may genital herpes na si Diluk? Ang only correct answer is letter D, no? Importance of informing his partners from the disease. The partners from the first to second month, no? To the time of diagnosis. You have to inform them because most of the time, baka na-infect mo sila or baka sa kanila mo nakuha at na-spread mo sa mga ibang sexual partners mo. Tama? Yes. So, you have to do, guys, ano yan? Informing previous partners, tracking them back, your contact tracing. Tama? Yes, you're contacting them directly, telling them that one so that they can also get treated, tested for that STD. Correct? Yes. Okay? Just remember, guys, in doing this, there is no shame, no? Kaysa dala-dala mo yung sakit na yan at magdusa ka sa pain at makalat mo pa siya sa iba. Why the disease is transmittable only when visible lesions are present is wrong. We have learned this, no? Even in your syphilis, no? The latent phase of syphilis kung saan wala kang symptoms. You are typically asymptomatic but you are still infectious. You can still transfer the infection to other people. The need to use for petroleum products, you cannot use that because that one is going to cause friction and more irritating. Dapat sa'yo, water-based products. Yung mga non-irritating. Water-based, no? Ano sabi ko? Water-based dapat. Water-based ang gamitin mo, not petroleum-based. Okay? Because petroleum-based, petrolyo. Klaro? Mainit yan kapag nagkaroon ng friction sa area na yan. Okay? So that can cause irritation, further irritation. Letter C, the option of disregarding safe sex practice. So, ibig sabihin, ngayon na infected ka, hindi ka na magsa-safe sex. Mali yan. Okay? You still have to practice safe sex, no? For the moment, abstinence muna while we are still healing from the herpetic lesions on the genitalia. Next, number 14. When planning STD education for an 18-year-old client in Mondstadt, which statement should the nurse include? So, ibig sabihin, we're looking for the correct statement. Letter A, acyclovir or Zovirax can be used to cure herpes genitalis, okay? Or letter B, chlamydia trachomatis infections are usually treated with penicillin, okay? And letter C, ceftriaxone sodium or urosafin may be used to treat Neisseria gonorrhoeae infections. Or letter D, metronidazole is used to treat condylomata acuminata. Okay? Condylomata acuminata. Okay? Guys, and the only correct answer is ang tamang sagot lang dito, guys, is letter C. Ceftriaxone sodium or Rosafin may be used to treat Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Okay? When is the only time ceftriaxone is the answer? Isa doon is pag sinabi mong para sa gonorrhea. Okay? Sabi ko, in the gonorrhea, the first line is what? Ceftriaxone. Okay? Intravenous or intramuscular. Depende sa order ng doktor. Most of the time, intramuscular. One shot. Klaro? Yes. Guys, makinig. Letter A. Acyclovir can be used to cure genital herpes. This is what I want you to know. Once you get herpes, it's never gone. Okay? It's forever in your nerves. Okay? It's forever in your body. It will stay in the basal ganglia of your trigeminal nerve as well as your sacral nerve. So, nandyan na siya forever, guys. Okay? Lulubog, lilitaw. Okay? So, kung humihina ang resistensya mo, lalabas ang herpetic lesions. Magkakaroon ka ng breakout of the lesions. Pag okay ka na naman, mawawala na naman. Okay? Pero forever na siyang nasayo. Klaro? Yes, that's your herpes. So, pag sinabi mo ang acyclovir can cure, mali. Acyclovir, it can reduce the number of the herpetic active herpes simplex virus in the lesions. Klaro? Yes, kasi yung lesions mo, guys, no, sabi natin, the lesions of herpes genitalis, kumpul-kumpul yan sila. They tend to be clusters, group of vesicles na punong-puno ng tubig. Klaro? Parang fluid-filled vesicles. So, yan sila. Puno din yan ng herpes simplex virus sa loob. So, you give your acyclovir, no, to reduce that para ma-prevent mo yung pag-spread niyan, okay, ng lesions na yan. Chlamydia trachomatis are given penicillin. No, you give penicillin G. Penicillin G, guys. Tandaan mo, ilagay ko sa box ha, paano mo makalimutan. Since mga drug of choice naman ang usapan dito. Pen G, you give that for your syphilis. Okay? Pen G ang pwede mong ibigay dyan. Chlamydia trachomatis. For chlamydia, guys, don't forget this ha. You can give your doxycycline. Ayan. Pwedeng doxycycline, pwede din sino. You can also give azithromycin. Ayan. Azithromycin. So, depende sa doktor. But these are the options. Doxycycline, you also have azithromycin. Klaro? Yes. Okay? So, that's it. Metronidazole daw para sa condylomata acuminata. Listen carefully. The fancy name, condylomata acuminata, only means genital warts. Genital herpes na lang. Genital warts. Genital warts yan, guys. So, when you say condylomata acuminata, genital warts. Ang nag-cause ng genital warts, your human papilloma virus. Klaro? Yes. Okay? So, it cannot be removed by a metronidazole. Okay? So, pag tinanong ka, saan ko pwede gamitin ang metronidazole, guys? Sagot mo, that one is the drug of choice for trichomoniasis. Remember, sabi natin kanina, you have your trichomoniasis infection. Ayan. That one, guys, it's not a bacterial infection, ha? Trichomoniasis is a protozoal infection. Protozoal. So, pag sinabi mong protozoal, guys, that's a type of parasite. So, simply put, a protozoal infection is a parasitic infection. Parasite. Klaro? Yes, kaya nga ibibigay natin sa kanya metronidazole, Flagyl. Because true enough, the parasite or the protozoan of trichomoniasis infection, they have flagellas. Klaro? Flagellate yan sila. So, ayun, Flagyl ang brand name. Klaro? Sounds like a flagellate or flagell na ginagamit ng trichomoniasis parasite or protozoa to move around. Okay? Yan. So, metronidazole is for trichomoniasis. Definitely not for Condylomata acuminata. Okay? That's for number 14. Number 15. While developing a community SD program in Liwe, which fact about gonorrhea in women should be included? Okay? Women are more reluctant than men to seek medical help. Or gonorrhea is not easily transmitted to women who are menopausal. Or letter C, women with gonorrhea are usually asymptomatic. Or letter D, gonorrhea is usually a mild disease for women. So guys, tulad ng sinabi natin kanina, for both equally male and female, they tend to be asymptomatic. Okay? Yan. Because that one tells the patient na, okay lang naman ako, wala naman ako nararamdaman. Pero sabihin mo, gonorrhea, chlamydia, they tend to be asymptomatic. Okay? They don't tend to have diseases until such time na they present with diseases na. Klaro? Yes. So you have to let them know about that. Okay? Women are more reluctant than men to seek medical treatment. Ayan. So, I don't want to be stereotypical here, guys, no? But usually, no, women are more inclined of getting medical help as compared to men because men are taught to be strong, men are taught to be not show any weakness or fear, okay? So they tend to not seek medical treatment right off the bat compared to women tend to do that more often, no? They seek medical help just pag may nagkaroon sila ng symptoms. Gonorrhea daw is not easily transmitted to women who are menopausal. Guys, no? What more sa menopausal women kung saan yung mga good bacteria ng vagina nila ay nawawala na. Klaro, kasi because of the menopausal effect. They are transferred. Sabi nga natin, di ba? Number 1, chlamydia. Number 2, gonorrhea. These are the top 2 most commonly transmitted STDs out there. Okay? So, kahit menopausal, guys, wala kang ligtas. Basta ikaw ay may multiple sexual partners na hindi gumagamit ng barrier contraception, pwede kang magkaroon ng gonorrhea. Okay? Walang kinalaman kung menopause ka or hindi. Klaro? Wala sa menses yan. Gonorrhea is usually a mild disease for women. Guys, no. It's an STD. It is treatable, but it sure has its own mga discomforts, no? So, we cannot say it's usually mild. We cannot downplay the disease. Claro? Yes. Okay? So, the only correct answer is letter C. That's number 15. So, number 16 naman tayo. A client tells Yay Miko she had sexual contact with someone suspected of having genital herpes. What should the nurse instruct her to do? Letter A, anticipate lesions within 25 to 30 days. Letter B, continue sexual activity unless lesions are present. Letter C, report any difficulty urinating. Or letter D, drink extra fluids to prevent lesions from forming. Okay? So, anong sagot natin dito, guys? Ano ang instruct natin sa patient na may genital herpes? Okay? So, syempre, the only correct answer here is no other than, okay, letter C. Report any difficulty urinating, okay? Kasi, di ba, sabi natin, genital herpes, this one can cause signs and symptoms of UTI. Tama? UTI SSX. So, signs and symptoms of UTI. So, can have the presence of difficulty urinating. Guys, tingnan mo ang letter D. Drink extra fluids to prevent lesions from forming. Mali, okay? Kung ayaw mo mag-form ang lesion ng genital herpes, drink the medication, acyclovir. Klaro? Yes, hindi tubig, okay? Next, anticipate lesions within 25 to 30 days. Lesions can appear or can rupture as early as 5 to 7 days from the initial infection. Klaro? Yes, so mali yan. Continue sexual activity unless lesions are present. Mali din yan. Klaro? Kasi guys, pwede bang asymptomatic ka but you already have the infection? Yes. And can you spread that infection to other people when you continue to have sexual activity, lalo na unprotected? Yes. Okay, so the only correct answer is letter C. Next, number 17. A sexually active 18-year-old female reports frothy purulent vaginal discharge. The nurse associates this finding with which condition? Letter A, STD, sexually transmitted disease. Letter B, normal variations in vaginal discharge. Letter C, need for vaginal douching. Or letter D, change in the birth control method. Okay? Guys, pag frothy, purulent vaginal discharge, that's STD, letter A. At saka, ano pa ba nag-uusapan natin dito? STD ba? Yes. So, syempre, ang ilalagay ko na tanong, ang sagot, STD. Okay? Yes, that's an STD. It's not the normal variation of vaginal discharge. Ang normal variation ng vaginal discharge, pwedeng, slimy and watery or thick, no? Thick and cloudy. Ayun, yun lang naman. Pero, pag sabi niyang frothy, mabula, tapos purulent, guys, that's a different vaginal discharge. That one is associated with an STD disease. Okay? Pag nilagyan mo pa yan ng kulay, greenish to yellowish na frothy, that's your trichomoniasis. Tama? Yes. Need for vaginal douching. Remember this, guys, ha? Vaginal douching is not indicated, okay? For whatever purposes. Just remember this, girls. Your vagina can clean off itself as long as it has the normal flora lactobacilli, okay? Basta nandyan si lactobacilli, the good bacteria of the vagina, it can keep off other mga bad bacteria in the vagina from causing an infection. When we say bad bacteria, we don't mean the mga STD. Yung mga bad bacteria that can cause bacterial vaginosis, klaro? Kasi sabi nga natin, bacterial vaginosis is not an STD, but rather, it's because of the throwing off of the good and the bad bacteria of the vagina. Dapat magwagi ang good bacteria para wala kang bacterial vaginosis. Do not do douching because vaginal douching, which is yung paglinis mo ng vagina mo using a fluid like, I don't know, whatever kind of antiseptic in your douching, okay, that one can alter the microbiota of the vagina, can kill the good bacteria. Tama? Yes. Change the birth control method. Guys, wala naman na-mention dito na nag-birth control siya. And anyhow, yan, frothy, purulent vaginal discharge, klarong-klaro, sexually transmitted disease. Diba? So, A lang ang sagot natin. Next, number 18. While caring for a client with AIDS, which dietary advice best meets nutritional needs? Okay. Tell the client to eat large meals frequently. Letter B. Encourage mega doses of nutritional supplements. Letter C. Instruct the client to cook foods thoroughly and adhere to safe food handling practices. Or letter D. Tell the client to prepare food in advance and leave it out to eat small amounts throughout the day. Guys, 'di ba? Sobrang obvious ng tamang sagot. Walang iba kundi Charlie. Instruct the client to cook foods thoroughly and adhere to safe food handling practices. Guys, no, true enough. In the PNLE, this is how some choices would feel. And there is no catch. You just have to answer the correct answer. And that's letter C. Okay? Very obvious. Other choices, they are absurd. Okay? And they are wrong. So that's the only correct answer. Letter C. Number 19, Shanha complains of severe vulvar itching with yellow-green, foul-smelling discharge. Which condition is suspected? Okay? Ano yan? Yellow-green, foul-smelling discharge, tapos may vulvar itching. For number 19, the only correct answer is this is your trichomoniasis. Okay? Guys, anong clue word natin? The presence of yellow-green. Pag medyo yellow-green ang itsura, foul-smelling discharge, tapos may itching, trichomoniasis yan. Klaro? Yes. Anong sabi natin sa gonorrhea, guys? That tends to be a yellow discharge lang talaga. Klaro? Yes. Pag syphilis naman, the presence of your painless chancre sore. Pag chlamydia naman, guys, anong sabi natin? White or cloudy. White or cloudy vaginal discharge. So, pag may epekto ng green, okay? Pag may green, tapos foul smelling, green foul smelling, tapos sinama mo pa ng fish smelling, trichomoniasis yan. Klaro? Yes. So, ano yan, guys? O, ang mga clue words natin dyan, green, yellow, or yellow-green, tapos frothy, tapos foul smelling or fish-like, ayan, fish-like, foul smelling, that's your trichomoniasis. Klaro? Yes. So that's the only correct answer for 19. Number 20. A 22-week pregnant client with gonorrhea is prescribed doxycycline. What should the nurse do first? And remember, your patient is 22 weeks pregnant. Letter A, instruct the client about the effects of the drugs. Letter B, make sure that the record notes that the baby must receive eye drops when born. Letter C, have the physician add a single dose of ceftriaxone. And letter D, discuss with the physician the need to change the order. And the only correct answer is discuss with the physician the need to change the order. Okay? Bakit? Is the patient pregnant? Yes. Remember this guys in your medication for STD. Pag buntis, tapos may STD, gonorrhea, di ba? Yes. Pag may gonorrhea siya, tapos may STD siya, pwede ba natin bigyan ng doxycycline yan? Cannot be. Remember this ha, doxycycline. Doxycycline. That one, it can permanently stain the newborn teeth. Newborn teeth. So guys, magulat ka na lang after a couple of weeks nung nag-grow na yung ngipin ng bata mo, iba ang kulay, okay? So that's your doxycycline effect, okay? And it also has some teratogenic effect to the baby. It can harm the baby. So you cannot give that to a pregnant woman with even when they have gonorrhea. Remember kanina when we said, no, pag gonorrhea yan, you can give your ceftriaxone, you can give your doxycycline, you can also give your azithromycin. So, ma'am, anong gagawin ko ngayon? Buntis yung nanay, gusto kong ma-cure natin yung gonorrhea niya. So, pag pregnant, ang best option natin na gamot, azithromycin. Klaro? Azithromycin as ordered by the doctor sa pregnant woman. Doxycycline cannot be. It can stain the newborn's teeth and it can also cause some effects to the newborn that we do not want. Klaro? Yes. Okay? Ceftriaxone cannot be with the newborn or with the baby, with the pregnancy. Guys, tinan mo letter A. Instruct the client about the effects of the drugs. Hindi nga, hindi natin ibibigay yan kasi hindi yan pwede sa buntis. Make sure the records note that the baby must receive eye drops when born. This is correct. But the one thing that's alarming is doxycycline. Kasi yan ang ibibigay mo sa kanya. Yan ang nakalagay dyan. Prescribed. Okay? So, yan ang una mong i-handle first before the making sure that the baby will receive eye drops. Kasi ilang weeks pa ba siya, guys? 22 weeks pa lang siya. Okay? Mga anak siya after 37 weeks pa. So, pero totoo ba yan? Can we give eye drops? Yes. Because gonorrhea in the mother during the passage of the baby in the vaginal canal. When they pass through that vaginal canal na may gonorrhea infection, they can have your ophthalmia neonatorum, no? So, isulat ko, ophthalmia. Ophthalmia neonatorum. Kaya yan tayo naglalagay ng ano tawag dito, yung para sa eyes ng bata, okay? Yung, what do you call that? Yung sa eyes, okay? Eye ointment, okay? Before I forget. Eye ointment erythromycin, okay? That's to prevent ophthalmia neonatorum. No, guys, makinig ka. Ophthalmia neonatorum, you can get that in a gonorrhea infection from the mother. At the same time, another infection in the newborn's eyes when they are born, no? Right when they are born is also caused by chlamydia. Kaya nga tayo naglalagay ng ng erythromycin ointment sa mga mata ng mga baby na to, guys. Kasi nga, yung pinaka-common na STD out there, chlamydia at gonorrhea, both of them can have an impact on the eyes of the baby, no? Worse, si gonorrhea, worse talaga kasi it can cause ophthalmia neonatorum. And you know, ophthalmia neonatorum can cause blindness, okay, in babies if you do not give them the eye ointment. Claro? Yes, so that's it. Have the physician add a single dose of ceftriaxone? Cannot be, okay? Kailangan nga, alisin ang doxycycline. Ang bibigay natin azithromycin. Claro? Yes, so that's for number 20. Number 22. When teaching a client with HSV2, guys, herpes simplex virus 2, which instruction is correct? Letter A, using occlusive ointments may decrease the pain from the lesions. Or letter B, reducing stressful life events may decrease the incidence of herpetic outbreaks. Letter C, there are no effective drug therapies to manage herpetic symptoms. Or letter D, herpes is transmitted to partners only when the lesions are weeping. Oh, nasabi na natin to kanina. Herpes is forever with you. Okay? Nasa iyo na yan siya forever. Hindi na yan mawawala. That's why the only correct answer is letter B. Reducing stressful life events may decrease the incidence of herpetic outbreak. Kapag ikaw na-stress, bababa ang immune system mo, lalabas ang herpetic lesions. Anong sabi natin, guys? Herpetic lesions, they tend to be cluster of fluid-filled vesicles na masakit at makati. Tapos pwedeng mag-weep out. Yan yung sinasabi dito, when the lesions are weeping. Ibig sabihin, guys, yung mga fluid-filled na pustules na yan or vesicles na yan, lumabas yung mga secretions nila, okay? Ayun. Sabi dito, occlusive ointments daw para ma-decrease ang pain sa lesions. No, okay? You can give mga drugs that you can directly apply but definitely not occlusive ointments, okay? Occlusive ointments, matatakpan mo, ma-occlude mo ang lesion na yan. Can cause secondary bacterial infection. Cannot be. There are no effective drug therapies to manage herpetic symptoms. There is, like your acyclovir, Acyclovir, tulad ng na-mention natin kanina. Acyclovir, valacyclovir, basta mga acyclovir drugs mo, no? Mga antiviral drugs mo, they can decrease the incidence of herpetic outbreaks. But they cannot cure. Again, I would emphasize that your acyclovir, they cannot cure because herpes is forever with you. 'Di ba sabi ko, it will stay in the trigeminal nerve in your face. Okay? Ayan. And from time to time, it can trigger the trigeminal nerve and cause pain in your face. Pero it will be forever with you. Andyan din siya sa sacral nerve mo. Okay? From time to time, sasakit yan. Okay? So, yan guys. Ayun. Herpes daw can be transmitted to partners only when the lesions are weeping. Mali. You can transfer that kapag you have herpes. Okay? You can transfer that to other people, not just when the lesions are weeping. Number 22, which statement shows a female client understands STD prevention? Letter A, I will be sure my partner uses a condom. Letter B, I need to be sure to take my birth control pills. Letter C, I will always douche after sexual intercourse. Or letter D, I will be sure to take antibiotics to prevent an STD. Okay? So guys, anong sabi natin? To prevent STD. The safest we can use is what? A barrier protection. Okay? Guys, 'di ba? Sabi natin, ang number one na most effective 100% is no other than abstinence. But abstinence is not realistic, no? It's hard to achieve. So anong next best thing that we can do? Practice a faithful partnership. But if that's also very suntok sa buwan, okay? You can also say that's 100% unrealistic. The next best thing you can do is to use a barrier contraception, which is your condoms, tama? Female, male condoms, they work just like, ba? Need to use, ano to sabi niya dito sa BO, I need to be sure to take my birth control pills. Mali. Okay, birth control pills, hormonal yan to prevent pregnancy, but not to prevent an STD. Ang effective lang sa STD is ano? Barrier. Put a barrier. Put a boundary. Okay? Barrier. So, that's not effective. I will always douche. Ayan na naman, guys. Anong sabi natin with regards to douching? Your vaginal canal? That one can alter the microbiota of the vagina. Can make you more prone to infection kasi natatanggal mo both the good and the bad bacteria alike. Okay? Ayun. So, letter D, I will be sure to take antibiotics to prevent an STD. Okay, guys, hindi ka pwede mag-antibiotics for no indication, ha? For prevention of STD, walang ganon. Okay, walang ganon. You take the antibiotics as ordered kung anong STD ka meron. You cannot just take random antibiotics to prevent whatever kind of STD. Para maroleta mo siya, hindi pwede. Okay, mali yan. The only correct answer is letter A. Number 23, a woman reports mali. Dysuria, fever, painful vulvar blisters after a new sexual encounter. What should the nurse do? Letter A, advise the client to ask her partner to use condom. Okay? Gumamit ka ng condom kahit nakakuha ka na sa kanya ng painful vulvar blisters. Letter B, encourage the client to increase fluid to 3,000 ml per day. Or letter C, tell the client to use a lubricant jelly on the blisters. Or letter D, refer the client to the healthcare provider. Anong sasagutin mo, guys? Wala kang ibang tamang sagot dito, ha? Kundi letter D. Refer the client to the healthcare provider. That looks like, guys, painful vulvar blisters. Blisters, that's characteristic of your herpes simplex virus. Tama? Herpes simplex virus 2. Herpes simplex virus 1 and 2. Diba? So, dito, nasaan yan? Nasa vulvar area. So, sa genital area. So, herpes simplex virus 2. Guys, pag nangyayari sa pasyente mo, i-refer mo na sa doktor yan. 'Di ba sabi natin, herpes virus forever na yan nasa iyo. So, kailangan niya ba ng gamutan? Yes. Kailangan niya rin ng maayos na health education? Yes. Kasi sabi dito ng letter A, advise the client to ask her partner to use a condom. Nakuha mo na yung sakit, let's try and treat the symptoms of the disease first. Claro? Before we deal with your partner and your sexual rendezvous. Okay? So, letter B naman, encourage the client to increase food intake. Anong magagawa niyan kung meron ka ng infection? Tell the client to use a lubricant jelly on the blisters. Cannot be. Okay? May iba tayong ilalagay dyan to prevent secondary sex infection and to prevent pain. D lang ang tamang sagot. Number 24, a client treated for trichomoniasis with metronidazole. Tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, what's the drug of choice for trichomoniasis? Metronidazole, Flagyl. Receives which correct instruction? Letter A, the medication should not alter the color of the urine. Na letter B, she should discontinue oral contraceptive during this treatment. Or letter C, she should avoid alcohol during treatment and for 24 hours after completion. Or letter D, her partner does not need treatment. Okay, and the only correct answer is letter C. She should avoid alcohol during the treatment and 24 hours after the completion of the drug. You know why? Because the drug metronidazole, that one guys, makinig ka ng mabuti ha, important for pharma concept. Metronidazole in and of itself, no? Aside that being the drug of choice for your trichomoniasis, it also is a drug when combined with alcohol. So for example, nagme-metronidazole ka tapos uminom ka ng alcohol, ayan, tapos sinabayan mo ng metronidazole, it can cause what we call your disulfiram-like reaction. Claro? Disulfiram-like reaction. So when you say disulfiram-like reaction, guys, it's when you take the drug disulfiram. So si disulfiram, guys, it's a drug to use for alcohol patients who are alcoholics and wants to stop alcohol na. So they take the drug disulfiram so that every time they take a drink of alcohol, their body will reject alcohol because of disulfiram. Magkakaroon sila ng body mali, ng fever, ng tremors, ng dizziness, ng ganun, okay? Magkakaroon sila ng flu-like symptoms. So, disulfiram drug will associate drinking of alcohol to negative physical signs and symptoms para sila na mismo ang umayaw. Every time they drink alcohol, they experience those negative symptoms. That's the same thing that will happen with metronidazole. Kaya ang tawag natin sa reaction na yan, disulfiram-like reaction. When you are taking metronidazole and you are also going to drink alcohol, what will happen to you is you will have signs and symptoms of flu-like, no? Mga fever, body mali, myalgia, ayan, tremors, ayun. Magkakaroon ka niyan, okay? Kasi nga, disulfiram-like reaction. So, bawal isabay ang metronidazole sa alcohol. Medication could not alter the color of urine. Mali. It can make your urine darker. Okay? Darker in color. She should discontinue oral contraceptive use during this treatment. No. In fact, you have to continue that and you have to add additional layer of contraception because some antibiotics, they can alter oral contraceptive effectivity. So, ngayon, kapag nag-metronidazole ka, tapos nag-oral contraception ka, you have to add additional, ang tawag dito guys, additional contraception to that, on top of that. So, naka-oral contraceptive ka na, gagamit ka pa ng, like for example, condoms, okay? Additional layer of contraception. Kasi it can alter the effectivity of oral contraceptive. The partner does not need treatment, mali. Okay? Most of the time, this has been spread to the partner na or baka sa partner mo yan nakuha. So, you have to trace back your previous partners from the last months, okay? And have them come for treatment and testing. That's number 24 and then number 25. Which symptom suggests early symptomatic HIV infection? So, this is your human immunodeficiency virus. Letter A, whitish yellow patches in the mouth. Letter B, dyspnea. Letter C, bloody diarrhea. Or letter D, raised hyperpigmented lesions on the legs. Okay? And the only correct answer is letter A, whitish yellow patches in the mouth. You call that your what? Guys, you call that your moniliasis. Moniliasis. Or, guys, kung di makita si moniliasis, guys, you look for oral thrush. Oral thrush. Kung wala ang oral thrush, you look for, o may iba-ibang pangalan sila, guys, candidiasis. Eventually, no, they are just the same thing. Okay? Candidiasis, moniliasis, oral thrush. Yan ang sinasabi nating whitish yellow patches in the mouth. Okay? Listen carefully to this. Whitish oral patches in the mouth is a candidiasis infection. The one that causes candidiasis or oral thrush or moniliasis is Candida albicans. That's a fungi, okay? A fungi. So guys, it's a fungi infection. And listen to this. Pagka ka nagkaroon ng fungi infection sa mouth mo, tama? Yes, it only happens when your immune system is so low, no? So severely low, like in a human immunodeficiency virus infection. Pag may HIV ka, nagkakaroon ka na lang ng mga fungal infection sa katawan mo kung saan usually a healthy adult would not have. For example, fungal infection in the mouth. So, like that one, whitish yellow patches in the mouth. For example, fungal infection in the lungs. Okay? For example, fungal infection in the brain. Okay, mga ganon. Mga rare fungal infection that only happens to someone with severely low in immunity, like a patient with HIV/AIDS. Okay? So that's the only correct answer. Dyspnea, kapag nagkaroon ka ng problem sa lungs, no? Which has something to do with HIV. So, probably the development of your pneumonia, no? From HIV infection that has become AIDS. Tama? Ayun. Bloody diarrhea naman kapag na-infect na din ang GI mo because of the low immunity of your HIV infection. And guys, raised hyperpigmented lesions on the legs. That one looks like your Kaposi sarcoma. So, pag may Kaposi sarcoma ka na guys, most of the time, that's no longer HIV. You have probably progressed to AIDS, no? Your acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Okay? Ayun. So, that's number 25. Number 26. Which statement shows correct understanding of hepatitis B? Discharge, teaching. So, we're looking for the correct answer. Letter A, I will not drink alcohol for at least 1 year. Or letter B, I must avoid sexual intercourse. Or letter C, I should be able to resume normal activity in a week or two. Or letter D, because hepatitis B is a chronic disease, I know I will always be jaundiced. And the only correct answer for number 26, guys, is no other than letter A. I will not drink alcohol for at least 1 year. Because you know, hepatitis B, hepaviruses, hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E, they will all have an impact to your what? To your liver. So, let your liver rest for 1 year, okay? Do not drink any alcohol, any amounts, okay? Kahit occasional drinking, wag muna. Social drinking, wag muna, no? After mo magkaroon ng Hepa B, need to allow your liver to rest, okay? After that, ikaw na bahala, sirain ang liver mo ulit. Pero anong advice natin, please? No, stop alcohol first for 1 year. Okay? Ano pa? I must avoid sexual intercourses. Guys, pag may Hepa B ka, kapag makipag-sex ka, anong gamitin mo? Oral. Oh, sorry. You will use barrier contraception. Tama? Yes. I should be able to resume normal activity in a week or two. Guys, kapag may Hepa B ka, kapag okay ka na. So, pace activities first before you go full on activity na, normal activity mo. Some activities, you can no longer do them if you are physically unable to. Because Hepa B is a chronic disease, I know I will always be jaundiced. Will you always be jaundiced? The answer is no. Okay? So, eventually, guys, manunumbalik ang kulay ng katawan mo when your liver regains the function, no? Hindi naman 100% of this function, pero maging optimal ulit ang function niya after Hepa B treatment. Klaro? Yes. Pero guys, just like your herpes simplex virus infection, once you have Hepa B, it's forever with you. Okay? Yes. So, that's number 26. Number 27, what is the earliest manifestation of gonorrhea in men? Okay? Is it impotence? Is it scrotal pain? Is it penile lesion? Or is it urethral discharge? And the only correct answer is the presence of urethral discharge, siyempre. Okay? So, di ba sabi natin, pag gonorrhea, ang color ng discharge mo, yellowish. Yellowish malodorous. Yellow discharge. Tapos mabaho, masangsang. So, that's the first and earliest manifestation. Okay? Next, number 28. Parents of a child with AIDS should report which sign of wound, sugat, wound infection. Letter A, erythema around the area. Letter B, rectal temperature higher than 38 degrees. Or letter C, tenderness around the area. Or letter D, increased warmth of the skin in the involved area. So, very easy lang guys. The only correct answer for number 2 is no other than letter B, okay? Kapag ang rectal temperature ng bata is higher than 38 degrees Celsius. Kasi sabi dyan, no, ano daw ang sign of wound infection? So, are we talking about an infection here? Yes. What kind of infection? Wound infection. So, anong pinaka-earliest symptom, guys? Or ano ang pinaka-common symptom ng mga infection? Eh di ang presence ng fever, okay? So, saan dyan ang may lagnat? Eh di walang iba kundi ito kasi meron tayong basis, ang temperature mismo, tama? If it's higher than 37.5, it's febrile episode. So, fever yan, 38 degrees Celsius, okay? Higher than 38 degrees Celsius pa nga eh. So, ayan. Ano pa? Rectal temperature pa talaga ang tinik. So, central body temperature, no, from the rectum. That one is more, what do you call this? It's more reliable, correct? Yes. So, yan. Ibig sabihin, may lagnat talaga siya, guys. Erythema around the area will not tell you if this is an infection, but it could be a sign, correct? Yes. Tenderness around the area also could be a sign. Increased warmth of the skin in the involved area could also be a sign, but these are all things that are subjective. Tama? Yes. erythema to me cannot be erythematous to you, no? Tenderness to the patient cannot be tender to you, mga ganong bagay. So, kailangan meron kang something that is objective and can be measured and can tell you something is happening like an infection. So, that's letter B, no? We have the temperature that is febrile. Number 29, the nurse evaluates a woman with painful genital blisters after recent intercourse. What is the priority answer? Diba? Parang naulit yung tanong. Advise condom use, encourage increased fluids, apply lubricant jelly, or refer to a healthcare provider. E di ang tamang sagot natin guys is refer to a healthcare provider. So I think this question comes from the parang similar concept pero different Q banks, no? Kasi I got this from different Q banks, alright? So the correct answer is refer to a healthcare provider. Anong meron siya, guys? Painful genital blisters. Does that look like herpes? Yes, herpes yan. Okay, so refer to the doctor. Cannot do condom use. O, stop ka muna sa pakikipag-sex. I-try natin muna i-manage ang symptoms mo. Claro, increased fluid intake will not do anything with the herpetic infection and lubricant jelly cannot be. Okay, dapat sa'yo water-based jellies. Okay? Okay, so that's for number 29. Number 30, last item. A 17-year-old with severe gonorrhea demonstrates understanding when she says, letter A, once I'm treated, I'll have immunity. Letter B, my partner does not need treatment. Letter C, I won't have any more problems once I learn to protect myself. Letter D, I could have trouble getting pregnant. You are correct. If you answered letter D, I could have trouble getting pregnant. What did we say about the most common infections, guys, out there? Most common STDs. Number 1, chlamydia. Number 2, gonorrhea. Both of them. Can they cause your pelvic inflammatory disease? Yes. Can they also inflame your fallopian tube and cause salpingitis? Yes. Can cause tubal abnormalities? Yes. Can cause tubal pregnancy? Yes. Can increase your risk of ectopic pregnancy? Yes. Ayan. So, guys, that's gonorrhea, that's chlamydia. Kaya ang tamang sagot, delta. I could have trouble getting pregnant. Claro? Yes. Letter A, once I'm treated, I'll have immunity. Hindi. No, mali. You can get reinfection. Actually, guys, no, kapag nagkaroon ka ng gonorrhea or chlamydia, reinfection is more likely. Claro? Yes, that's why we have to treat it accordingly. My partner does not need treatment. Mali. Most of the time, na-spread mo na yan sa partner mo. Okay? Maliban na lang kung hindi kayo nagtatalik. Okay? Ayun. Baka sa iba mo na-spread. Alright? Letter C, I won't have any more problems once I learn to protect myself. You will have problems, my dear. Kasi nga, 17 years old ka pa lang and you will continue to have problems and grow pa. Okay? Yes. But anyhow, the correct answer is letter D. I could have trouble getting pregnant. Okay? Kasi nagkaroon ka ng gonorrhea infection. Severe at that. Claro? Yes, so that one can cause PID, ectopic pregnancy, difficult pregnancy. Claro? Yes, so guys, that's all for your STDs or STIs. I hope you learned. Bye!